Okay, Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 9 and today we want to present about the domestic tourism in Malaysia. Okay, this is a team member page. We have 6 members, which is Alia, Hanim, Anis, and me, Shuhaida, next Fatiha, and Fariza. Okay, this is the name member. Okay, now we go with introduction. Introduction of the domestic tourism in Malaysia. Malaysia is a country consisting of 13 states and federal territories in Southeast Asia. The country's population is 27 million people. Malaysia is now recognized globally as one of the top tourist destinations, ranking among the top 10 in terms of tourist arrival and 50 among the top in terms of global reception. The tourism industry is also an important contributor to the national economy. Tourism has become a smart investment area that can drive the growth of other related industry, which all serve as advertised in Malaysia's mega development towards a developed country in this century.
There are 4 attractions for tourists to come to Malaysia. Firstly, the richness of nature. Tourists can visit the national parks that are in Malaysia, such as the National Park Pahang. Not forgetting also, tourists can do interesting activities such as fishing. Furthermore, surrounded by islands and beaches, tourists can enjoy the view of coral reefs in the sea. One of the most beautiful islands in Malaysia is the Sipadan Island, Sabah. Next, Malaysia has conducive infrastructure facilities. Tourists can use the convenience of transportation services provided. Comfortable transport can attract tourists. One of the most notable transport facilities used is airplanes. Last but not least is cultural richness and history of society. Tourists can enjoy the diversity of cultures and traditional foods such as rendang for Malay, curry for India, and mooncakes for the Chinese. The culture is good in Malaysia and makes tourists feel good about the local community.
Factors that determine the demand in Malaysia tourists. There are many factors that influence demand in Malaysia tourists. Firstly is population size. Tourists arrive are projected to be positively connected to population size. Where tourists arrive are expected to be adversely associated. Secondly is accommodation. Macro variables such as accommodation capacity is also important to examine tourist behavior to formulate policies to enhance the tourist sector. Thirdly is income. Income is the most important factor that affecting tourist flow. Besides income level, prices are also identified as one of the important factors that determine tourist demand in Malaysia.
The performance by domestic tourism according to the demand curve. Among the key statistics loaded in this report is the number of visitors, total receipt, number of trips, and numbers of days stayed. Statistics related to tourist travel trends such as major focus destinations, modes of transportation. Statistics of social profile and demographic of domestic visitors by age group, ethnic group, education level, household income class, and employment status. Performance of domestic tourism in Malaysia decreased significantly for visitor arrivals.
Economic impact on domestic tourism. First, economic growth in the tourism industry. Local have opened restaurant, lodges, and even beauty spa. Therefore, this can help the country in increasing the economy and income of the local community.
Next is global economy downturn. For example, export and import production activities were not only disrupted due to failure to obtain inputs of intermediate goods from China, but the most serious disruption that could be seen during a pandemic was the closure or reduction of operations stemming from MCO.
Third, recession of economy country. This is said so because the Malaysian stock market has declined during COVID-19 and also the investors were unable to sell their goods due to the impact economy expected to be longer. This can cause the country economy to collapse. Program under tourism to promote economic growth. First, Malaysia Year Camping. This is said because the visit year is a camping activity to encourage more tourists to come to our country in large quantities. Such as Malaysia has provided various activities such as multiracial culture event that has been presented by tourists. In addition, certain parties need to be responsible for promoting Malaysia as a competitive tourism destination. For example, the Malaysian Holiday Program organized by TV3 need to be continued so that many of us know to various beauties available in this country.
Next is organizing international events. Malaysia has also held Other events such as Litauer de Langkawi, Langkawi Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition 5, which have received good responses and can be encouraged among foreign tourists, although as a local tourist. By the way, this event requires a high cost to do it has provided high yields and returns as well as worldwide to the national economy.
Lastly, conclusion of the domestic tourism in Malaysia. The tourism industry is one of the most important sectors for the development and progress of a country. This is because the tourism industry leads a lot to the contribution of revenue and lucrative return to a country in terms of national income. Various efforts and initiatives must be continued and intensified to attract more visitors regardless of domestic and foreign to travel to our country. In this regard, cooperation from all parties is very important to development and expand the Malaysia tourism industry. That's all from us. Thanks for watching. Thank you.